Yolanda and Kevin. Thank you so much, Yolanda and Kevin, for just having the initiative to, bring people together to hear about something that is so impactful to all of our lives. I'm so excited to be working alongside of you. I really cherish your relationship because I respect what you all are doing in your lives. And I love working alongside people that are making a difference in people's lives. So, that's why I'm here. And I'll just tell everybody a little bit about myself just before we get into this presentation. My husband and I are entrepreneurs. We live in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And we, have two adult daughters and a couple of grandchildren. So we're really, busy people. We have our own businesses. A friend of ours reached out to us back in November of 2022, and he told us he had something he wanted to share with us. And we knew it had something to do with a business because we've done businesses together before, but I was not interested in doing any more businesses. But my husband insisted after he had seen a short video of this technology that you're going to be hearing about. And when he shared that video with me, I was blown away. And so our sponsor, the guy who introduced us to us, his name is Ken Robinson, and he met us, gave us some of these patches that you're going to be hearing about. And that was the beginning of this journey, because we went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where where my in-laws are. And the very first night that we put this patch on, something happened that we did not expect. Because first of all, we're healthy people, at least we thought we were. We don't have ailments that we knew of, but we forgot about the fact that my husband has sleep apnea for over 10 years, and he would snore so badly and he would choke and cough. And it was really scary because he also had acid reflux, all of that going on at the same time. We could not, I couldn't sleep in the same room. I said, you got to go upstairs somewhere. And lo and behold, the first night he put the patch on, my husband stopped snoring. And that is not something that you expect. I mean, you're expecting somebody that has pain or some kind of illness, but that's not what we expected. But this is what caught my attention, because this patch does everything that you can imagine and more. And you're going to hear a little bit about that as we go through the presentation. So once we saw what happened to him, and we got on calls like the one you're on right now, where we could hear people's lives being changed, we decided there was no way we could walk away from this. And ever since then, we've been running hard because we really felt it. We understood what we had our hands on, as Yolanda said. And we are doing pretty well with this. Now we have spread the word to the extent that we've reached 5,000 people, over 5,000 people that are on our team. And so we're excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the presentation. Zoom has changed their format since yesterday. So it's something, I hope I can do this. So, I hope this works out okay, because I normally like to show my full screen, and it's not doing that for me. It's not doing that for me. So I'm going to do my best with what I have. But again, have you been patched yet? Some of you may have been patched already, but if you haven't, let me tell you, you're in for the experience of your life, because once you get patched, something happens in your body. Your copper peptides are going to be elevated. We're going to be talking about that a little bit more. Your stem cells are going to be reactivated, and your whole body is going to feel regenerated. You guys, why is that the case? Well, we're talking about something called stem cell technology. And many of you may be familiar with something called stem cell injections. That is where the stem cells from an embryo or an umbilical cord are injected into your body. That's very controversial. It can be very expensive, ranging from $5,000 on up to $100,000, I've heard. It also is localized, meaning if you get an injection, a stem cell injection in your knee, it's not going to help you if you've got pain in your shoulder or if there's something going wrong with your heart. It's also not covered by insurance, and it's not guaranteed. Well, here's the difference. So we have a solution, because the reason people would even do that is that they are in traumatic situations. They're in crisis situations with their body. They're desperate. That way they're willing to go out of the country or even pay tens of thousands of dollars to come up with that solution. And so this is why this patch is important, because everything that you would get out of a stem cell injection is that and much more with this patch. You see, this patch reactivates the stem cells in your body. How does it do that? In the very center of this patch are crystals. They're formulated in an FDA registered lab. So salts and sugars are what's making up these crystals. And when you put this patch on your body, the heat of your body is going to reflect off of these crystals. And when it reflects off those crystals, something phenomenal takes place called photobiomodulation. It's a form of phototherapy, like when you go out into the sun. When you go out into the sun, what happens? The sun elevates the vitamin D in your body, but there is nothing going into your body. The vitamin D is already there. That's the same thing that happens when you put the patch on. The stem cells are already in your body. So we're not putting stem cells in your body, but what it's doing is helping people, you guys. I'm gonna get into that a little bit more. Now, so once again, why is this happening? Why are our bodies stem cells are dormant? Well, by the time we're getting age 30, half of our stem cells go dormant. And this is why people started getting conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes. And then by the time you're age 60, almost all of the stem cell activity is gone. And this is when you see people walking around with canes and stuff and getting Alzheimer's. All these kinds of things start happening simply because our stem cells are dormant. And this is why this patch is so significant. But what I want to do right now is I want to introduce you to this gentleman right here. He's a genius, literally. He's a scientist and inventor. And about 20 years ago, the government hired him to work on a project for the Navy SEALs, just to keep them energized in a natural way. They were going to be underground for 36 hours in a row in this submarine, and it was just something. They really have videos and pictures of him underground in his submarine working on this project. It was phenomenal. But just to know that they sought him out to do this speaks volume. Now, this man now has over 180 patents. Again, he's a scientist and inventor, and he started developing other patches. This went viral to doctors and all kinds of elite athletes and coaches at universities like Stanford, et cetera. But eventually it started spreading to the everyday people like me and you. And so once we got our hands on it, the company started growing. But in 2008, David started focusing his attention on stem cell research. Now, then it took him 10 years to develop this patch that we're talking about, the X39 patch, 10 years and $4.5 million. And so that just shows you the tenacity, the discipline, the commitment. This man he's just amazing, okay? Let me move this slide down. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with Zoom today, but I'm going to get through it. Now, the patch is patented. That simply means that we're the only one that can develop this product as well as market this product. So, excuse me. So when it's patented, that simply means it's been proven. Those case studies are what proved that the patch works. And so all kinds of things are happening as a result of this patch. As you can see right in the patent, it says elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants. The list goes on and on. Now, I've already told you a little bit about how the patch works, but I want you to know this is non-transdermal. Nothing is going into your body. Remember, these are crystals. There is no medication in here, nothing, no chemicals, no stimulants or anything. That's why elite athletes are able to wear these patches, because there's no chemical stimulants in it. This is why doctors are willing to recommend these for their patients, because there's no chemicals or stimulants to compete with the medication they're already taking. Non-invasive, you guys. So our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medication. So this is, this is just amazing, you guys. Nothing to worry about. Now, what are some of the benefits? Now, you see some benefits listed here, but you're going to hear more. Here are some of the things that most people realize, overnight. Increased strength. As we get older, we're just not as strong, are we? Reduced inflammation. Inflammation is the culprit of most diseases or illnesses. So you better believe if there's inflammation, there is pain. or there's any type of illness, there's inflammation around. Increased stamina, energy and vitality. I'm telling you, the energy and vitality is priceless, as well as the mental clarity. Now, me personally, I'm an interior designer by trade, and I have a lot of projects that I work on that require a lot of focus and mental clarity. Literally, I just finished a $3 million project, so you can just imagine the type of the focus I needed. And I used to get overwhelmed. Ever since I've been wearing this patch, you guys, I don't get overwhelmed. I mean, I already know it's going to get done. I'm just as calm, but I'm able to focus and think clearly with this. Also muscular and skeletal systems. As we get older, bones become less dense, and older people fall, and it's harder for their bodies to heal themselves. But the fact that it's restoring the muscle or skeletal conditions is priceless. Improved sleep. Now, I told you all about my husband. Of course, I slept like a baby that first night, mainly because of him not snoring, but it really put you in a deep REM sleep where you're having so many beautiful dreams, and improved skin appearance. We have a gentleman that had vitiligo, and that's where there's this coloration in your skin. There is no cure for vitiligo. But guess what? After 3 months of wearing the patch, almost all of his skin was the same color. And there was another gentleman that within a year, no more vitiligo whatsoever. That's extreme case that I just mentioned, but basic things like acne and just sagging skin and things like that. So the patch is doing a lot of different things, you guys. Now let me talk about the long-term benefits. Remember, I told you that there were 80 case studies, and those 80 case studies are posted on the site right here, connected to PubMed, and it talks about all the things that were done in these double-blinded case studies. In the first few days, you guys, over 4,000 genes begin to reset. Now, why is that significant? Have you ever heard of something called resveratrol? It's in red wine. And that's why they say that red wine, helps your heart and helps you live longer. But that's only going to reset 2 genes for a glass of wine. Well, with this patch, we're talking about 4,000 genes within a couple of days, you guys. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. We have people that have had children that have autism, where they couldn't ride a bike, couldn't talk, couldn't swing. Within 2 or 3 months, this child was doing everything, and now he is talking. That right there speaks volumes. And then people that have Alzheimer's and dementia, within 6 weeks, their brain, that's a reflection of your brain being unbalanced. And then within 3 months, the collagen is increased. That's important because collagen is all through our body, in our bones, in our muscles, everything, in our skin, our hair, our nails, everywhere. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. Now, they say that for every 6 months that you wear this patch, your heart reverses 8 years. But I'm going to give you an example of how when you put this patch on, your brain, it's and says, hey, we need some help with the heart. So let me tell you about my friend Jeffrey. Jeffrey, for 10 years, had diabetes. He was diabetic, and he was taking 5 shots of insulin per day. He was in pretty bad condition. And 4 years ago, he had a stroke. And when he had the stroke, he was paralyzed on his whole left side, all this kind of stuff. They had to teach him, through therapy, how to walk again, how to talk, all of this. But do you know that he had to leave the hospital with a pacemaker and a defibrillator? So when his friend gave him this patch, he put the patch on, and by the 3rd day, he said his glucose numbers became normal, and he no longer had to take the insulin shots. But 6 weeks later, when he went back to the cardiologist, this is the part that I want to talk about with reference to the heart. When he went back to the cardiologist says, Mr. Payton, what are you doing? And he said, what do you mean, what am I doing? He says, well, your heart is no longer relying on the pacemaker. It's operating on its own. I've never seen anything like this before. I just saw you 6 weeks ago. And so he says, well, since I've been here, I've been wearing this patch. And this patch must be that's the only thing I'm doing differently. Then he said, you can come back in a year. When he came back February, which was a year he was the same condition. He says, your heart is in perfect condition. Come back in 2 years. You guys, that's what this patch would do for you. So this is why this is so significant. This is just not an ordinary situation we're talking about. We're talking about big time things that are happening to people. So now I could go on and on, sharing, this information in a technical way. But what I want to do right now, I got two people I want you to hear from. First, I want you to hear from a lady out of North Carolina. She was having some internet issues earlier, but I hope she's okay. Her name is Gwen Millsap, and she has an incredible testimony. So Gwen, go ahead and share your testimony. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Verdita. I hope I'm clear because we had some internet interruptions, but I am so grateful for you. I thank you for your persistency and consistency to continue to get this out to everybody and take the time to do our Zooms and help us build our business. But I'm not going to be before you long, but I am excited. This patch has changed the dynamic of my family's life. I suffered from sciatic nerve damage for 48 years after my last daughter, the birth of my last daughter. And I mean, the pain, excuse me, the pain would get so excruciating sometimes that if I'm standing, I couldn't sit. Sometimes if I was sitting, I couldn't stand. I took ibuprofen. I took that, and until the doctor told me you got to get off of that. That can damage your kidneys and liver. You take uh, Tylenol. You do whatever you can do. But I'm telling you, there were some times that I could not function. I could not live a normal life. But isn't it funny? You can adapt to pain, and we learn to live with pain and cope with it. And that's what I did until December the 8th when I was introduced to this patch. Um, there was a lady out of Maryland that came by the name of Jacqueline, and she held the patch up. She had the little patch just like Verdita had, showed it to us, and there was about 30 people at the trauma boot camp that put this patch on. Out of 30 people that tried that patch, 25 of them signed up to get it. They purchased it and went on auto ship with this. But when I tell you that my life changed that day, in about 5 minutes, the pain in my body actually left. I could bend, I could move, and I was actually looking for the pain. I couldn't believe this. I said, this cannot be real, because your mind gonna tell you that it's not happening. But I got so excited. I came home. My husband said, well, what happened to you at church today? And I said, you would not believe this little patch that was shared with me. Now, mind you, my chronic back pain had just went away, and I was excited. So I told him, I said, you have issues. My husband had neuropathy so bad that he couldn't put a shoe on. He was dragging his right foot, and he was on a cane from May until October. He couldn't even go to church because of that foot.
We don't hear you anymore, Gwen. Did you mute yourself? Gwen?
Up to this time because he knows me. And I put the patch on him, and I said, I'll be back in about 15 minutes to check on you. Well, I go back in 15 minutes, and I cry out to him. I said, babe, how's the patch working? How's it doing for you? And he didn't answer me. So I went down into the den, and my husband was gone. I came back up and looked out the front window. The truck was gone. Well, about 15 minutes later, he comes back. And I said, well, what happened? Where did you go? He said, I just had to go down to our pond and get out and give God glory for the pain that's gone out of my body. He had back surgery in 2004, and he had chronic pain from that. And this neuropathy was stopping him from even functioning. Within 20 minutes, my husband's pain was gone. He left the cane in the truck. He didn't need it anymore. And that night when he went to bed, the same thing happened to him that happened to Harvey. He stopped snoring. That right there was enough for me. So we had those two testimonies, plus my daughter, plus so many more. And I'm telling you, I am a lifer. This is so exciting what we have our hands on. I was just in Charlotte yesterday, and we went by a golf course with friends of ours, and there was 7 guys coming off the golf course. And I'm telling you, they came in, we were sitting down, they were eating their lunch. It was around 6:15. They were finishing up, and we started talking about the patch. We patched 7 men. There was one man that had a brace on that was about, it was about 36 inches, a steel brace on his leg, above the knee, down below his knee. And he had a black band on it, those pain bands. And I was telling him about it. He said, ma'am, he said, I'd love to try it. But let me tell you, I have not been out of this excruciating pain for years. He said, it's chronic. And before I could tell him that he didn't have to take the sleeve down, he took the brace off. He had already took his sleeve and slid it down. And I put the patch on him. And he starts sitting there, and about 3 minutes later, he gets up, start walking around. This man started lifting his leg, moving his leg back and forth. 6 other men said, can you patch my shoulder? Can you patch my back? Can you do this? We patched 7 golfers yesterday. We got all their numbers, and they're excited on Tuesday for follow-up. So just in every day, I'm telling you, I pray and I patch. Anybody that comes by me, if I can get close enough to them, Verdita, they're getting a patch on. And
Well,
we just
sounds good, Gwen. I tell people all the time, Gwen has an anointed hand because everybody she touches. I mean, this patch isn't, I will say this, we cannot say that every single time someone puts this patch on, the pain or whatever the situation is corrected immediately. But for some reason, when Gwen patches them, I don't know, it seems like a miracle. But yes, thank you so much, Gwen. This patch is like
you're
it's like a
welcome.
miracle to us, and we get to experience that type of thing every single day. But I'm going to go ahead and ask another one of our co-hosts, since he's on the call and he has an incredible testimony, Kevin Amos. Kevin, would you please come on and share your perspective of what you've seen so far, and even what has happened to you? Because you're, I definitely respect your opinion, being a, into naturopath science. Can you come on and unmute yourself?
Sure. Hey, everybody. I would like to say I'm very excited about this product, and even the opportunity to share this product with many other people. Let me start off with this. On Tuesday, I went to, and I'm going to show you this documentation. It says Reyes Radiology. I had to go to the radiologist because a couple weeks before that, I had an MRI on my back. I was about 2 months prior to, well, actually a month prior to getting a patch. I had no idea that there was a opportunity to not be in pain, such as what I was in. So to validate what my pain's impingement was, is that they found in S1L5 that I had a severe herniation, which was an impingement on the nerve going down the nerve of the spinal cord, which would then go all the way down to my feet. And even in spite of all that, I still never took pain medicine because I was not one of those type of people who really want to get on pain medicine, because that could probably be a very bad thing for me. However, there was another condition that I have. I've been waiting a year for a surgery. I have on my supraspinatus, which comes off here, I have a complete detachment. And most people who have this type of detachment are in severe chronic pain. And for a while I was. I have the patch on now in this area, and the patch has kept me out of pain. I also have the patch, it's called ICE, which is another patch, and this is what we take for pain and stuff like that. I can truly say, and this is me personally, and those who know me know I'm not going to sit down here and just blow smoke up, but I am going to let you know this is a true result. Not only that, the part about this X39 that is done for me, it has given me stamina. It has taken the inflammation. And not only that, it has given me so much energy. I'm able, and many people know this, I walk about 15 miles a day. And I put pictures up there to show you I am 5 pounds from my high school body size. I am currently 190 pounds. And if I drop 5 more pounds, I will be like I was when I was in high school. And I have increased muscle mass, strength. And so, with all of the ailments that I've had, I'm on no medication. Even though the doctor who read the radiologist's report said to me on Tuesday, I'm going to consult you. I'm going to have you consult with a pain management doctor because people with this condition are in severe pain. So all I can say, this is not psychosomatic. This is, I feel absolutely no pain. And you know, it just makes sense when this particular product and technology helping the copper peptides and increasing stem cells to produce, and that is adult stem cells, and that is to basically get your body out of inflammation. Anybody knows inflammation is really cytostorms. It's your immune system attacking a particular area where there's damage, and it overcompensates, and that's where the pain comes from. But this right here calms all that down, and I feel excited about it. So I wanted many to hear about this and not just see my results and hear just what I'm talking about, but to understand I am a case study, folks. There's nobody who has these conditions that are not on pain medicine, messing up their kidneys. And I didn't want to do that. But thank you, Verdita, for giving me an opportunity to share. I hope I've said something to encourage many of you who have conditions, pain and inflammation and weakness and don't have stamina. It's a great thing. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my excitement about this X39 and ice wave.
I love it. I love it.
Back
And
to
you
you.
know, Kevin, what you just done is shown people it's just unusual things that you just don't expect. Here you are needing surgery, and this is
Yeah.
helping you while if you still end up having surgery, it's at least causing you to be relieved of the pain that you're experiencing. But people just don't think this patch would do these types of things. And so that's why I'm so excited about it. But thank you so much. I got one more testimony. I know, you know, let me tell y'all, the testimonies are the start of the show. Okay, just trust me. That's why, I mean, I don't have to say anything else. You got to hear this lady's testimony because it's something different that you don't expect. Okay, so let me play this one more. Let me see, how does this work?
My husband Richard and I began using the stem cell patch on August the 20th. So today is day 17 of using the patch, and we have really had some success with it. Everyone is different, and my testimony may not be yours, but it has proven itself to us. The first thing that I noticed, the very first day that I used the patch, that day that I put the patch on, I didn't have any hot flashes, and I have had hot flashes since I was 37 years old, and I'm 63 now, and they were very bad day and night. And now I very seldom have them. The first day I didn't have any. The second day I think I had 2, and maybe 2 the next day. I think I had, if I recall today, I've had 1, and they're very mild. So it is really changing my hot flashes, and I'm so grateful for that. The other thing, I had neuropathy in my right foot, and I've had it for years, where my right foot is always cold, and it's cold in the bones. It feels like it's cold in the bones, and it's so annoying and aggravating. And I just happened to notice a few nights ago that it wasn't cold. My husband asked me about my foot because I'm always talking about how cold it is, and it wasn't cold, and it hasn't been. So the neuropathy in my foot has subsided. Carpal tunnel syndrome in both hands that I've had for over 25 years, and in my elbow, I'm not having any carpal tunnel pain at all since using the patch. Tinnitus in my ears. It sounds like water's running in my ears all the time. And this started about 5 years ago. And now it's very minimal sound in my ears. I can see that it is going away. And just recently, I think it was on Sunday, I had shared with Richard that I have these, I don't know, these little bumps that just come on my left foot. And I've been seeing a dermatologist, and she told me, oh, it's just with aging. And she gave me some ointment to use, and I'll use the ointment for about 2 weeks, and then they'll go away. Well, prior to using the patch, one of the little bumps came on my foot, and I just started putting ointment on it. And then after I started using the patch, it was just gone. And I happened to notice it was gone. And it didn't leave a scar. It didn't leave a, it's not discolored as it has been in the past. It's just the weirdest thing was just gone. So those are a couple of things that I have noticed that's going on with me. And I am just so grateful. My skin, Lester's right about the skin. My skin is totally changing. I do not have any makeup on. And my skin is just, it feels so good. It's the color, it's bright. I feel vibrant. And my skin just glows. And I normally have oily skin. I don't have oily skin anymore. So I am just grateful for what it's doing for me. And then Richard can share a little bit.
Now, her husband has a great testimony, but I don't want to, you know, belay the time anymore. But what you hopefully got from that testimony, so many different things, and I believe this lady had been on the patch for about 3 weeks. So gradually things are going to start happening. So it may not happen all in one day. Who expects that? But gradually these stem cells in your body are reactivating, and different parts of your body are going to start getting better, you guys. And you're going to, but more than anything, you're just going to feel so well with this, you know, after using this technology. So hopefully these testimonies blessed you all. So let me get back to my presentation, and then we'll move on. So now let's see, where am I in this presentation? What I wanted to share with you though, there's a lady who they put this, she was a 77-year-old woman, and they put this patch on her, the back of her neck, and she had an unbalanced brain. Remember, I was talking about an unbalanced brain. Her brain was hyperactive. And in the first week, the first time they put this patch on her, she had a lot of inflammation, which this red area reflects inflammation in her brain. And then this 3 weeks later, the inflammation was gone, and no more inflammation, but 6 weeks total, there was a complete turnaround. And see, this could be your brain. This could be our brain, our heart. It could be our kidney where inflammation in it. This is just a demonstration of what happened after just wearing the patch just for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Or a few weeks. Now, how do you wear this patch, you guys? It is very simple. You can wear this anywhere on your body, but in this slide right here, it shows where when they did the case studies, in order to be consistent, they had a group A and a group B, and they put group A's patches below the belly button, and then they put the group B on the C7 vertebrae on the back of the neck. But you wear this patch 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Like if you start at 8 in the morning, take it off at 8 in the evening. It doesn't matter where you put it. Like I said, this was just where they used it for the case studies. But you take it off after 12 hours so your body can repair and rejuvenate, and you just throw it away. It's just like a little Band-Aid. And then you put a new one on the next day. Here's the thing, you need to drink plenty of water. You need to be well hydrated. If you have to use any type of electrolytes of any form, just to make sure, because some people's bodies are depleted of electrolytes. And so you want to make sure that you're well hydrated. That's the only thing about that. And I'm really excited about that. Now, once again, all this information about the technology, doctors' reviews, the case studies, all of that is on a site called thisisit.info.com. This is where we actually send doctors. And so those doctors' reviews on there really are, you know, lend credibility to what we've just been talking about, you guys. Now I'm going to ask you if you can put your business hat on, because I want you to understand that it's very hard to experience what we've been experiencing and not share it with other people. You heard how Gwen said that she tells everybody that she can about this patch because she's about helping people. Like she said, she prays and she patches. Now, this company, LifeWave, is the company that's responsible for this patch. And the company will be 20 years old in October. And for a while there, the company was doing about $20 million in revenue. And then about 3 years ago, it started doing about $320 million, simply because of the X39. Remember, there were other patches out there, the Ice Wave, the Carnosine, the Gluta, other patches. This scientist did not just stop when he did one patch. He kept developing patches. But the X39 is his masterpiece. And when that came out, literally the end of last year, 2023, the company ended in the year with $430 million. We're on track to do about 600 million this year and on track to be a $1 billion company next year. So we're in over 75 countries. And so this is not a kind of product that you say, oh, this company, I can go and get supplements from this company. You can get supplements anywhere. You can get skincare and weight loss anywhere. But to get an X39 patch, it has to come through LifeWave. So this is incredible. And this screams opportunity. Now, our company is the fastest growing home-based business company. There's a website called businessforhome.org where they monitor the top companies worldwide. Our company is now #1. It's been this way for the last 3 or 4 months. Momentum. We're the fastest growing as far as momentum LifeWave in the world. Now, I know you're, some of you are thinking about this, and well, I want to ask you this question. What is most important in your life? If you look at this screen right here, almost everything on the screen is something that we all can relate to and is important to us. Our family is very important. When I think about family, I think about being around, by the time I'm 90 and 95, but I'm in really good health and my family enjoys my company because I'm not, walking around with a cane or in the bed where somebody has to take care of us. So we got to think about this. This patch is reversing our age. It is literally reversing your age so that you can, live healthier. But the security, you guys, you even heard on the news where you never know up there in Washington what they're going to do. They're trying to get rid of Social Security. So for me and my husband being self-employed, this opportunity is offering us security, residual income to come in from every month after month, year after year. So these are some of the things that you'll start thinking about as we go through this presentation. Now, I want to let you know, I know many of you are saying, well, just tell me, how can I get some of these patches? Well, it's very easy because the people that invited you, like Kevin, like Yolanda, like even Gwen may have invited one of her friends to the call because I know she did a testimony. There's a form that they can text you. And the reason why you may want them to text you this form is because it just kind of talks about our most popular packages. You can definitely get these sleeves at $150 for a 30-day supply. You could get one sleeve at 100, you'd be a retail customer. But we have a better deal for you if you understand that this is not a 30-day thing. This is something you want to make a lifestyle where you continue to use these patches and allow your body to rejuvenate itself. So one of the packages that we talk about is our silver patch package, our gold, and the diamond. But the purpose of this form is to collect all the information that's going to be needed in order for you to get these. You got to, provide your name, your address, date of birth. You're going to get a free website and then the way you're going to pay for it. Now, if you, fill the form out or provide this information to whoever invited you to, they can walk you through, because there's a certain way you want to get your inventory. You may have pain. So you may say, well, I definitely want to try that ice weight, but you may not going to be able to figure it out on your own. You probably need them on the phone with you. So let them send you that form so that, they can walk you through all the things that's going to be required to get your package. Now, let me just elaborate first on the silver pack. The silver pack is really for someone who just wants to use the sleeves or the X39. Maybe if you're married and you just want to try, you just want to get a 30-day supply for you and your spouse. And there's going to be enough left over, another 30-day supply where you may give a few to your mother or your uncle or somebody you care for. And so that's $300. Now the gold pack is $500. And this is designed for people who absolutely know they want to share it with other people. So that's going to give you 5 of these sleeves plus another bonus sleeve just for doing that. So that's a $500 value. And then the diamond pack is for people who are serious. Like Kevin, when he came in, he was very serious. He says, I want the biggest pack. And the reason my husband and I did this, though, was because we knew there was a lot of people we want to share this with. And this gold pack, nor the silver was just going to be enough for us. We wrote down 25 couples 25 different couples and 25 individuals. That end up being 375 patches, and that's about 12 and a half sleeves. You get 19 sleeves in here. So that was enough for me and him to use for the next 3 months, to, you know, a sleeve a piece. So that's 6 more sleeves. And that's how we decided on getting the diamond pack. But another thing about the diamond pack is this. See, you can, if you signed up somebody else who wanted to be a diamond, you're going to get 500, you're going to earn $500 when you enroll them. Whereas if you're a gold or silver and you roll a diamond, you're only making $200. So that's an extra 300 that you could have put towards this package. And so that's something to think about. Now, I'm going to share something with you in a moment, that what I'm about to tell you, you want to stay active in the business. If you're doing this for a business, you definitely want to stay active, simply meaning you want to at least use one of these sleeves per month yourself. That's all you're doing. It's $99 a month, and you're going to get one, which is just enough for you. But as you earn money in our compensation plan, in our binary, you will only be able to earn $100 a week. However, if you are married, you're going to need 2 sleeves apiece. Even if you're not married, you're going to need 1 sleeve for yourself and maybe 1 to share. You're going to continue to share with people, and that's going to be 2 sleeves per month. So that's $200. But then you get to keep all the points that are going to be generated in this structure that I'm about to share with you. And that's going to be enough for, it's going to keep you active for 90 days if you get the diamond pack. You see what I'm saying? So the diamond pack keeps you active for 90 days. That's another benefit of the diamond pack. So there's so many benefits of just having that pack. Now, this is just, I want you to really put your business hat on. If you know that you just, the only thing you're interested in doing is purchasing some of these, patches, then you don't really have to stay on the call if you don't want. But if you are curious as to how you can earn some significant money, you may want to stay on the call. Let me tell you what has happened to me and my husband since we joined this company. Because this product is created so much momentum that is flying off the shelves. We've shared it with a few people, not a lot, but it just keeps spreading. Literally, we're in the process of a multi-$100,000, renovation for our home. This is something we could not do. I promise you, we could not do this before this business. And when you can do things like that, it's life-changing. But I just want you to know that there's some significant money on the table for those of you who are interested in that. Now, this is what you earn as people buy these packages. I didn't say anything about the bronze package. That's just a person who really wants to be the customer. But the good thing about the bronze package, it at least allows them to get in the binary, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. When you become a customer and don't get a bronze package, there's a $25 fee to get the bronze package, and you get a chance to be in the binary. You don't do that with a customer. The silver, you earn $500 when they purchase that package. And then with the gold package, you earn $100, the platinum package, you earn $150, and the diamond package, you get $200. But once again, our most popular packages are the silver, the gold, and the diamond. Okay. Now, here's the binary that I was telling you about. This is what we call team commissions. Now, let me make this back a little bit narrow. So what happens if this is you, let's say if you decide you want to join our team, the person, let's say Yolanda introduced it to you. You could fall on Yolanda's left side, or you can find on her right side. We call these teams. And so the team commissions are generated as people purchase these packages, or if they purchase more. As they refer other people and those people continue to join, you get to override every single thing that happens on your left side. Let's say if Yolanda introduced Kevin and Kevin introduced somebody, and then that person, it just keeps going down. If Yolanda introduces another person, that person has to fall below the last person on the left. So in other words, all the volume that's generated from people buying these patches are going to roll up to Yolanda, but I'm going to say you in this scenario. Same thing on the right. You're getting paid, and this team commission can generate up to $25,000 a week based on certain criteria, okay? So this is really exciting because this is paid to infinity. A person could fall 100 levels below you. You get to count that residual income because people are going to use this every month. Now, the part of the compensation plan that is really, really exciting is our matching bonus program. This is where the people that you tell about this, you personally enroll these people and they get packages, you get to earn 25% of whatever they earn in the binary. So let's just say you introduced this to me and I earned $1,000 this week in the binary. You're going to get $250. But suppose you had 10 people that eventually started earning $1,000 in the binary. It grows over time. Now you're talking about $2,500 a week just on matching bonuses. This does not even include what you're making in the binary. The people that I referred this to fall on your second level and you're getting 20% of what they earn in the binary. And then on the third level, the same thing, 20%. You guys, it gets very lucrative as time goes on. And so what we're trying to do here is introduce this to people so that, let me go back. I'm on the wrong, wait a minute, what did I do wrong? Oh my God. I lost my slide. Told you something is crazy is going on with this. Okay, stop share. Let me go do it again. Okay, I'm back. So, but as time goes on, the residual is going to get bigger and bigger, and therefore your matching bonuses are going to continue to increase. Now, we do send, samples out to people if they just want to try it. And we have these cards and envelopes that we put the little patches in. They're really tiny, like I said, about the size of a quarter and as thin like a Band-Aid. But that's something we can show you how to get. This website right here, this is it. Team shows you everything you need to know to be successful at doing this business. Of course, we're helping you. We're working together. We're going to make sure you know what to do. So Kevin and Yolanda, I know they have a big and huge vision of what is about to happen in Seattle. And we're planning to do something in Seattle within the next few weeks. So we're just looking for partners who have the same vision as we do. But if Yolanda or Kevin would like to come on and say anything else before we end the call, I definitely want to encourage everybody to get back to them immediately, because the people that decide to join first, they'll be in a prime position in this structure, that binary that I was talking about. But go ahead, Kevin.
I'm here. I didn't see. Is he there?
Okay, so I just wanted to thank you, Verdita, for definitely sharing this opportunity. In fact, thank you, because you were the one who actually signed me up under Yolanda. When I seen this opportunity, folks, I seen the technology first. I seen what was important to me was to deal with some things that were happening with my body. I was convinced. And after that, I knew that there are a great number of other people that I know that have inflammation, they have aches, they have pain, they have this condition, that condition. And I wanted to be able to share, especially after experiencing, I've been a student at American Academy for Naturopathic, and I'm back into a program now, but I wanted to be able to say, hey, there's natural approaches to basically helping people, and without being so pharmacology, having to go through taking on pain management and all this type of stuff. So I wanted to be able to help people. And because it's helped me, I just wanted to be able to share this. And the opportunity is very lucrative. So each person shares something with someone, and someone starts to feel better. It's a convincing thing. So you don't have to convince people about something. They will be convinced about this product. So that's all I wanted to share. I'm excited. Hopefully I'll be able to go out here and help a lot of folks, because I see people every day along doing my walks. I see people who are having, problems and things of that nature. But today, just like the picture of me in terms of what my body condition looks like today, and being 5 pounds away from my high school weight and size, I wanted to let you know that it only gets better when you feel better. So thank you for allowing me to share. Hopefully, many of you will take advantage of this opportunity, and you'll start to feel better, and you'll also make money while you're feeling better. Absolutely. Thank you, Verdita.
Thank you. And Yolanda, you wanted to say something before we end the call?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Bernita. Again, we're really excited to launch this in Seattle. We're excited to be partnered with you. And we're again excited to let the world know what we have our hands on as far as what really gets me excited is the fact that it is drug free, right? And it feels like it's really God sent. Because I believe even the guy that created it, he loves God, and he understood the importance of having this natural ability to be able to heal ourselves through the natural way of doing it. And so that's what I'm really excited about. And I'm really excited about getting the word out and working with you, Bernita, and building Seattle. So thank you for your time, and thank you everyone for who came to be a part of this call today.
Well, thank you, Yolanda. And I want everybody to know, and some of you, I know you got on a little late. We're going to be doing this same call in 2 hours now at 3 o'clock Pacific time. If you did not get a chance to hear the entire thing, if you know someone else that needs to hear this, please come back in 2 hours, which will be 3 o'clock Pacific time. It doesn't matter if they live in Seattle. They could live anywhere. But 2 hours from now, we're going to turn it out again. You guys, you all have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you soon. Have a nice day, everyone.